Howie, who wants me?
You want a war? You're gonna get one.
Drop it.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You
The
literally.
brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. Yeah, we had one that opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks.
You been doing, can't think by here, and you're damn right. Dallas still stinks. They stink yesterday, they stink tomorrow, they stink today, and that's okay because we love it. But the Eagles, they got big plans. They got big plans this year, and we got a big trade coming supposedly June 1st or June 2nd. It sounds like it's going to go down. It's just that maybe it's not going to be the Patriots. We're going to talk about it and so much more today. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing there. Shanae, what's going on? Philly Luke, what's going on? Big Rage, Mikey, Lazyford, Mayday, what's up? Papa Eagle fan, Nick, Elieba, Logan Motorsports, what's going on? William, what's up? Donnie, Elaine, nice to see ya. Doll Princess of YouTube is here. Royalty in the house. Parker, To Fly, what's going on? Keith, what's up with you? A Warrior Rage, Thule, Carlos, and anybody that I missed. Thank you guys so much for being here. So I think the big question right now in Eagles land really has to be what is going to happen with A.J. Brown in terms of where is he going to end up. It looks like the Jaguars are now players in this thing. I think the Chiefs are circling back. The Rams are circling back. We may get the 49ers in. And this is bad news for the Patriots and the Patriot fans because what this is going to do at the very least is hopefully drive up the cost for A.J. Brown. The Eagles have to strike. They've got to strike a good trade. And I think with the Patriots and the fact that the Patriots, with the Rossini thing hanging over Vrabel, the fact that they have to play an actual tough schedule this year, I think that you've got to demand a 2027 first round pick because I think Patriots could be picking top 15 this year. I definitely do. Well, with that said, I'm going to hand it over to you guys. I'm going on Cilio's show in about 40 minutes. So we're here till then. But Nick, what's going on? He goes, Eagles getting first and BTJ from the Jags for AJ. Yeah, a lot of people talking about him as possibly being a return since he might want out. I mean, I would have no problem with that. But that first round pick to me is what's important because this first round pick could set the Eagles up big time, you know. And thank you so much for that super chat, my man. Gunny Mac, what's going on, my man? What's going on? Hey, Warrior Rage says, of course I'm a genius. Of course you're a genius. No question about it. And my thoughts on the Rams coming back into the trade scenario, starting to get back into the media. It is, and it makes sense because the Rams, they were supposed to be the team that picked Lemon. I think the Rams are a team to watch because you think right now with the Rams, Stafford is not getting any younger. How many years does Stafford really have left? The Rams kind of got to go all in right now. I have a weird feeling the Rams are the team to watch. I might have to actually play that because I think there's something to it. You know, AJ is done. It's looking like he's going to be gone. If the Jags give up a second and BTJ, then I would take him over Gonzalez in the third. I'd probably take Gonzalez in the third. Well, yeah, if you said Jags give up a first and BTJ, I would do that. But I'd probably take Gonzalez in the third. Just because in those 2 years that you have Gonzalez, all of a sudden, my gosh, man, you've got literally the best secondary in football. Afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes with your buddy, Cowboy Joe Boo. I want to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Network. I would love to see Jags. Yeah, me too. I hope he ends up somewhere in the AFC. Agreed. What up for nothing, man? We just getting started. We just starting. Today, I mean, it's a little quiet in Eagles land, really. The AJ thing's kind of hanging over our head. And so I'm just basically taking your questions. Ned, I know you like to come here and troll and all that. That's great. Have at it. But a serious question for you is, do you think the 49ers would be interested in him? Because there are reports that I've seen that the 49ers could be involved. I would rather take a first and second that BTJ in a second. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I actually think with the amount of guys we got in at receiver, I think we'll be all right. You know, I do. Ty Child of the Most High. What's up, my man? So I feel my question would be, why would the Eagles trade AJ to a contender? Laugh out loud. If that team is good, the Eagles would get a draft pick late. Well, I think the problem is I think that the only teams that are realistically going to go ahead and try to get him are teams that are contenders or feel that they're contenders. Because a team that's not a contender, they're going to be positioning themselves. Why bring in a guy who's 29 years old, who's got, who's making a lot of money? I think a team like that is going to look at it and say, we might as well keep our picks and build for the future because we don't need it. We don't need to win right now. So I think the only teams that realistically are going to be involved are teams that are thinking that they have a chance. I think the Chiefs improve as a team the most with the addition of AJ. I agree. I think the Chiefs go back to the Super Bowl. If the Chiefs acquired A.J.Brown, they would be my AFC pick to go back to the Super Bowl because I think it's that dramatic. But is it possible to keep AJ though? Maybe this might be a smokescreen. No, I think it is possible. I don't think it's as like the doors as shut as some people think. I still think there's a possibility. If the Eagles don't get what they want, I think they're gonna keep him. Ayuk get a second from the Niners. Yeah, I don't know what the thought is on Ayuk really. Like, I don't know what his story is. I don't know if the Eagles would want him. Roll Philly Dog says I wouldn't trade him to the Rams or in the NFC at all. And also, I think all the rumors of other teams is Howie driving up the price. Really, you don't think those teams are serious? See, I don't know. I mean, if you're the Chiefs, you don't even consider A.J. Brown. I mean, isn't Rice going to jail for 30 days and he's coming off injury? I mean, to me, the Chiefs, I got to think a team like that would circle back after the draft if they didn't get what they want. But you could be right. I mean, Howie's definitely going to be playing mind games. And it'll probably work. We needed first of 2027, not 2028. I think if it's the Patriots, I want a first of 2027 because I think the Patriots are taking a step back. I think they're taking a giant step back. Jay of the Dogs, what's going on, my man? He goes, yo, Philly, thought on the reports about learning a new playbook. Your thoughts on that? That you think that's a good sign to come in excited McVay offense included in that playbook? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I didn't really see the report you're referring to, so I have to read the report. But I mean, I look at it like every time you get a new coordinator, you're pretty much getting a new playbook to a certain extent, But to me, more than anything, is if it's like completely new, that's a great thing because the biggest threat to the Eagles, in my opinion, is Nick Sirianni interfering with the offense. The less he has to do, the less say he has in the offense, the better. So I like it. I do. I think that all this idea that Jalen Hurts can't throw over the middle and he can't throw the short passing game is such crap. And I can't wait for Hurts to prove everybody wrong. Because I would rather trade him to the Jags than any other team. Trading Brown to the Chiefs would be a massive mistake. No, I mean, a lot of people don't like the Chiefs because they see them as a team that we could possibly play in the Super Bowl. Whoever gives me more, I'm going with. Especially in the AFC. But the Jags, yeah, you're right about that. Tybank says AJ's gone. Most likely. The Chiefs need AJ Rashid Rice can't stay out of jail. He can't. Ayuk and a third for AJ, not a chance in hell. Not a chance. Trade him to preferably the AFC. I agree. But let me ask you: Would you guys do this and say, look, we prefer to send him to the AFC, and if you're in the NFC, you've got to offer more. So if you're the Rams, the price is more for you than for the Chiefs. Would you do it then? Drummer Jones, thank you for the super chat. I would love to be lay the Chiefs in the Super Bowl if I think they would. Yeah, I think you put them back in the Super Bowl, but you only have to play them once in the Super Bowl. So I'm not worried about it. I don't worry about the AFC teams. Like I don't know. Like the Chiefs, to me, you see them at once every couple years, or if you're in the Super Bowl. I don't feel like they're like a real rivalry. The Rams, I understand. You play the Rams every year. They can't beat you, and you could see them in the playoffs. That I get. And Drummer Jones, thank you for that super chat, by the way. Howie will get what he wants regardless of whoever they trade partners. Agreed. Bring back Mekhi Becton. I personally don't think that's a bad idea. I don't know if Becton's the same guy without Stoutland, though. I don't think the Eagles want him back, though. Since when did the Chiefs ever care about players who have been in jail? They brought Kareem Hunt back after he kicked the piss out of his GG on CCTV. Was that after he was with the Chiefs? I forget how that whole thing went. I mean, I can't remember that far. It's like the older I get, the less things I remember. Ayuk is a bum who also quit on his team. 2 firsts, and he's yours. 2 firsts, I like it. Eagle fans need to remember, Lucia says, that we don't care if a team thinks they are a contender. We only care about the value in return. We are the threat. Exactly. That's how we think. Remember, we traded McNabb to Washington. I don't think the Eagles care. I don't think they care. If it's in division, if it's out of division, if it's in conference. I mean, they, like you said, they traded McNabb to Washington and let him be the starter. They also were willing to give multiple first-round picks to Dallas last year for Parsons. So the Eagles do not care. It's so true. We probably worry about that more. You got a feeling AJ's going to be a Chief? Yeah, I would not surprise me at all. The Chiefs ain't them boys, though. They're not. You see Brian Thomas Jr. included in an A.J.Brown trade? Yeah, I've seen rumors where they're talking about that. I like it. But see, I'm not giving up a first-round pick. Like, if they say, well, we'll give you a first-round pick or BTJ and a second, I'm still going with the first-round pick. I have to get a first-round pick. Okay, if you want to do a first-round pick and BTJ because they want to get rid of them, I'm good with that. But I'm just not giving up. I'm just not giving up a first. I have to get a first-round pick. Especially the fact that next year that draft is supposed to be so top-heavy. I did. I just read it. I hope you got to see me read it. The Chiefs will win 3 more if they have Brown. What are they talking about? If we're one of those teams that play them in the Super Bowl and lose, it'll be huge. Well, yeah, it would. I mean, you would feel that way, but I would take my chances. I still would take my chances on that situation that you're going to trade, them there, and then you're going to end up playing them in the Super Bowl. What if you play them in the Super Bowl and you beat them again with A.J. Brown? I mean, that's kind of sweet, no? I think that would be worth the risk. But it would depend on the compensation. The smart move for AJ would be the Chiefs with Andy. Oh, I agree with you. I think he would flourish the most in Kansas City. I imagine how he wanted to load up on picks in any trade for AJ. A player doesn't improve the team enough compared to what a first-round pick will have for 5 years on the cheap. Agreed. I agree. I mean, if you look at it, like, the only real guy, there's only two real guys that I've heard consistently. I guess BTJ is kind of starting to go there, but the only two guys I hear people talk about are Derwin James and Christian Gonzalez. I don't think most likely either of them will get traded. And then once you look at it, like, who are you going to get that's going to be, like, immediately impact your team? You kind of already got all your starting positions set. So unless you're talking about safety or another wide receiver, I think you're good. I think you're better off with the multiple picks. Nick, thank you for the super chat. Don't understand why AJ wants to go to the Pats. Apparently, it was his childhood team. You know, growing up, that's who his favorite team was, and Vrabel is there. I think those are the two reasons. But I think in one way you're right, because I mean, AJ's going to sit there and he's going to go to a team that he's walking into a whole controversy with the coach that's not going away. That Rossini thing is going to be following Vrabel all year long. All right. So I agree. The only reason the Patriots even went to the Super Bowl was because Bo Nix broke his ankle. They shouldn't even been there. And that quarterback was horrible in the playoffs. Horrible. AJ is going to find a problem everywhere when he's not getting the ball all the time. AJ wants to be bigger than the team. Yeah, that's what it sure seems like, doesn't it? It sure seems that's the way it is. Let's see. Let me see. You are slow if you don't think we weren't getting a first for a top 5 receiver when Waddle got a first and a third. It's only 1 year younger. Agreed. That's what a lot of people have missed. They keep going, oh, you won't get a first, you won't get a first. Well, then how did the Denver Broncos give up a first and a third for Waddle? Once Waddle went for a first and a third, it's a lock. It's absolutely a lock. Oh, Gunny Mac, man, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. He said we should trade with the Jags. BTJ would be nice, but I doubt they give him and a first. Trade AJ to the Jags for a 2027 first. And Parker Washington. Parker's a beast and a rising star. Watch the tape on him. Yeah, I'll have to watch more of him, but I like it. Yeah, that would be great. The Jaguars are always capable of just having a crappy season. They're the Jaguars. Like, you know, to me, Jaguars going into playoffs, yeah, I kind of can see maybe. But if you told me that they have a really crappy year and lose a bunch of games, does not surprise me. And if Brown's on that team and we could get top 10 pick, you never know. I like it. If I could choose where to send A.J. Brown out of all the teams that we've heard, I would choose the Jaguars too. I would. I would love that. So thank you for the super chat, but I agree with you. You know? So if he loves Vrabel so much, why didn't he stay in Tennessee with him? It wasn't his choice. The whole thing with Tennessee was a contract situation. He was having a contract dispute with the Titans. Titans didn't want to trade him, and then the GM traded him. I think under the coach's nose, kind of, because if you see the draft that year when they traded him, they go to the war room in Tennessee, and you see Vrabel, and he's like kind of pissed off, shaking his head. He gets up and he's walking around, just kind of like shaking his head, like. So I don't think he was happy. I think that was more the GM situation. Rock the artist, time for action. What's going on, my man? How are you? I like to see AJ to the Jags. Feels like the highest percentage of a win for Philly. Agreed. Let's see here. I thought he said Johnny Mac. Still believe Brown is going to the Pats. Yeah, I think that's most likely. But if anybody wants to get their jollies off, go listen to 98.5 in New England. They're starting to sweat up there with the new reports on, oh, really? Oh, I have to go listen to that, Green Wings. I've got to listen. So it's called 98.5 in New England? Okay. Yeah, because if you're a Patriot fan, you've got to be nervous right now. you've got to be nervous because all these other teams are coming in, like all the reports of these other teams, and they may be bullshit. I don't know, but I do love it. I do love it. Power Ranger, thank you for the super chat. He said, hear me out. AJ plus Woolen to the Chiefs for Mansour Delaney and a third-round pick swap. That's very interesting. What's his contract? How much? Let me see if I can see his contract real quick. I have it up here. Chiefs. I want to see what he's got left on his years. I don't see it. I can't find it. Why can't I find it? Here we go. Oh, come on. Did it really do that to me? He's got 2 years left. Well, he's got 1 year left. He's got 1 year left. 23. He's going to be a restricted free agent in 2027. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Contract they drafted 2026, signed 4 years, 41 million. Yeah, I got 1 year contract here. I guess he hasn't signed yet. I don't think he signed. It's interesting, but I doubt they would do that. Let's see. I wonder how much it says AJ has over a trade possibility. Howie does work with the player that wants out at least, but he usually tries hard to find the best thing. He usually tries to do right by guys. He does. He tries not to send them to places that they don't want to go. No question about it. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that Howie's going to do what's best for them first and foremost. No, he hasn't signed yet. Yeah, he's 6th overall pick. Not going to happen. Gotta trust Howie. I have a feeling we'd be getting a good haul. I think you'll get a good haul. I do. AJ sent us to a place we didn't want to go, which was out of the playoffs first round because he couldn't be good, bringing one good. Oh, that was a perfect pass. There's no question about it. You don't think back? You said you don't think Becton will be the same without Stout. What about Mulata? I think Mulata will be. I mean, Mulata's kind of established himself year after year with the Eagles at left tackle. Becton played one good year, then he left with the Chargers, signed a big contract, and they already let him go. So I don't know if he's the same outside of Philly, outside of having Stoutland. You know, I think that's why. I believe Howie has enough leverage to get a 2027 first-round pick from the Patriots because of the bidding war. I think you're right. I think you're right. At this point, Howie's going to get 50% of ownership in the team he trades with. I love it. AJ also helped us. He did. Yeah, he did. Like I said, I mean, I would prefer to keep him. You know, I think it's a shame that he wants out. I really do. You know, and now you got everybody's making a big deal about the whole wedding thing, and it's like no, none of his teammates were there, and then you just zoom in the picture, and it's like there's Saquon Barkley. It's like what are they talking about? Pick Six Nick, thank you for super chat. You said you don't think Becton. Oh, I read that one. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I think. I mean, Mulata has established himself year after year at that position. Becton played 1 year, left, and then went to another team, and they cut him. I think there's a big difference, you know. Philip, what's going on? He says, what's going on, Philly? I hope all's well with you and your family. Thank you, man. You too. I think the Chiefs are going to give the Eagles what they want. I also don't think anybody is going to get the best of Uncle Howie. I agree with you. Send AJ to the Jets. Yeah. See, the Jets aren't, they're not going to, a team like the Jets, though, they don't want them because they're not ready. You know, send AJ to the Bills. Maybe Josh Allen can get a Super Bowl after 9 years with the best running game in the NFL. I don't understand the Bills. I honestly, like, to me, the Bills are like a no-brainer. Like, if you're the Bills and you have Josh Allen, why would you not go get him? I don't understand the way these teams think. Like, you get Josh Allen, so you give him less and less weapons as his career goes on. Patrick Mahomes, you know, you have Patrick Mahomes. You give him less and less weapons as his career goes on. I know you got to pay these guys more, but you still got to give these guys weapons. You know, the Eagles, they don't make that mistake. You know, wait till teams start practice OTAs and they start their receivers ain't shit left. They all calling out. I know. If Howie really wants to play it, if he's got patience, he could ride this out to like training camp. And then you get players go down, injuries, and then somebody pays. Howie has to play this perfect. You know, there's no question about it. You know, he's got to. But I do want to say, like everybody's wondering what's going to happen with A.J. Brown. Where is he going to go? I mean, you could actually play this now. Like there are plays for it. And you might be wondering what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you right now, okay? Because Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. Best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is easy to use. Pick more or less a few players and then lock in your stat line and boom, you got something to look forward to. Or you could actually look at teams now. And one of the things and one of the plays that I got this week is actually, if you believe it or not, is actually A.J. Brown. Where will A.J. Brown line up or end up? This is what we're talking about. I actually played this today, and I played a couple of different ones, but one of them I did was the Eagles. He's got pretty good odds. It pays pretty good if he ends back in Philly, and that's what I took. I took A.J. Brown to stay in Philly, and if you download the app, link is in the description, use promo code HMA, and you play your first $5 entries, you'll get $50 in lineups. That's $50 in lineups for $5 entry. Just use promo code HMA, and you can get in on this before they wind up moving A.J. Brown like I did. And shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video today. We appreciate it. And I got A.J. Brown. I got A.J. Brown maybe just staying. But I'm going to play a couple of those, no doubt about it. Jedi Master says, yo, Philly, is Big Seals and the Eagles fan an Eagle fan? I know he does Eagles content, but is he even an Eagle? No, I don't think he's an Eagle fan. I think he's an Eagle troll. He likes to get on your guys' nerves. But no, I don't think he's an Eagle fan. Just give it some time. The team's going to get real needy for a wide receiver and get hungry like a fish jumping out of water. Just wait. Howie's going to get 1 and 3, probably a 6 or a 7. 3 and a 6 or a 7? You think they'll throw an extra pick? Somebody's going to do something. There's no question about it. I think Howie's just got to play it, man. If he plays it smart, yeah, I agree with you. We got over 400 people in the chat. Hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't. Let's see here. We're going to trade him to the Jaguars. If they end up bad, we're going to get a top pick. Could you imagine they trade him to the Jaguars? The Jaguars do what they always do. You end up with like a top 5 pick. I mean, if I was to say to you, Jalen, if I was to say to you, dude, can you see the Jaguars winning 3 or 4 games and having a horrible year? You probably would say yes. You might be able to also see them go to the playoffs, but they're the Jaguars. They're capable of being trash at any moment in time. So I agree with you 100%. You know? No way Howie would be dumb enough to trade AJ to the East. What do you mean, like the NFC East? What if, just for example, what if Washington was willing to give you 2 first-round picks instead of teams giving you like a first or third? Would Howie do it? See, I think Howie would do it. I don't think he would care. I don't think the Eagles care. You just got to pay more. You know? You have no problem trading Barkley? You want to trade Barkley? Father, if the Bills got a second for Diggs, then the Eagles will get a first, no doubt. Oh, yeah, the Eagles are going to get a first. Jags will win 9 minimum. Minimum. They should. I mean, the Jags should be a good team, right? They should be a playoff team. But they are the Jags. And we've seen this from that organization before, where they just flat out stink. You know? It's not like it's the first time. Yo, Philly, the Niners and the Chiefs are not out of the mix. Oh, I agree. I agree with you, Donald. I think they're in it. And I think the Chiefs especially could be strong players. Warrior Ray says, bro, imagine he goes to the Pats and they fall apart with all the drama and we get a locked top 5 pick for AJ. That would be sick. It would be. Because I think this Vrabel stuff with Rossini, I think it's going to be a problem for him, a distraction for them all year long. And I think that with the tougher schedule, I think the Patriots, I think they're going to be picking top 15 this year. You know? So what do you think Bill Sills and Mark say today? Oh, it'll be, why didn't the Eagles extend? Why haven't the Eagles extended Hurts? What else? Why wasn't nobody at AJ's party, at his wedding? And, it'll be stuff like, then it'll be like, oh, but Mark, Dak looked amazing throwing that football at practice. Gunny Mac, thank you for the super chat. We lost Stout but kept Lane for 1 more year. Having him is as good as having Stout. Lane is a Hall of Famer. Lane can fill in coaching during practice. Yeah, I mean, look, there's an argument to be made that you put Becton back with like Lane and it's just going to fit like a glove. I would bring Becton in. At the worst, he's a rotational offensive lineman, but I would do it. I have no problem with it. I know the Birds trade their number 2. You think they're going to trade their tight end that they just drafted? I don't know. Yeah, dirty Diana. We have yet another no experience Sirianni flunky at the helm. Nothing has changed. Well, you also got the guy from Tampa. Was it Grizzard? He was an offensive coordinator last year, so I'm sure he's going to help with the coaching staff. But to me, I don't know. I don't consider this guy Mannion to be like Nick in any sense of the word. He was a hot commodity, really. And if you wait another year, you probably don't get a guy like that. So I think you got to take some sort of risk. It's only going to be a distraction if they lose games. If the Pats start 4-2, then it won't matter. True. If I would just remind Sills, he said Hurts would never get a Super Bowl. Make sure he reminds him that Josh Allen's best running back in NFL chokes away. I will, but I know what he's going to say. Oh, you put a lot of stock into one game. You put all your stock into one game. Well, what about the rest of the games? Madden Cover Curse did get our boys 2K say last season, not in the sense of getting injured, but play wasn't there. He got our offensive line. There's no doubt. But do you see Barkley? Barkley looks notably thinner than he did a season ago. Like I think last year Barkley didn't work out too much in the offseason because, and he said this much because of the amount of carries he had. He didn't want to overdo it, and so I think that was part of it, And Jerry Potter, man, thank you so much for 9 months of membership, man, to Dingbat Nation. Appreciate it. Speaking of Dingbat Nation, I got 3 videos that need to get uploaded probably tomorrow afternoon. They should be up. We cannot play a Chiefs team with AJ on it in the Super Bowl with holes at safety. We would get cooked. Yeah, I feel like this, though. I feel like if we get to the Super Bowl, then that hole at safety's probably been resolved, but it would need to be fixed. But I can't imagine that we're going to have this giant hole at safety and then be able to even get to the Super Bowl. We're going to have to do something about that. Now, my thinking is that the Eagles are going to play it a little differently than before, because I think a lot of people are expecting them to maybe go out and get like a more or make a trade. I think they're going to camp with what they got. And I think Michael Carter at safety to start. And then I think what they're going to do is they're going to see how camp goes, how preseason's going. And if they still feel that they have a hole at safety and they're not happy with it, I think that's when they make a move for safety. Philly with the fresh cut. What's up, my boy? What's going on, my man? Because what if it's a crazy plot twist and we keep AJ? I feel like Howie is just seeing what's out there. The separation game would be crazy. If the Eagles kept A.J. Brown, they go back to the Super Bowl. They're going back to the Super Bowl. Because if you can just say, all right, Lemon, you get in the slot and just play. No, they're going back to the Super Bowl. Nobody's stopping them. I mean, that's the crazy thing. If they don't have to pay him. They don't have to redo his contract. Everything's set. If he just somehow, some way, they just kept him, they're going back to the Super Bowl. And I kind of think they got a chance to anyways. I just think that they need to fix a few things. Kevin, what's going on? I'm listening to Dan and Xander. Why is Xander scared to put Hurts higher on their quarterback list? Is he scared to upset Dan argue for a quarterback? What the hell? Some Eagle fans. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the Hurts negativity. I don't get it. It's one of the big mysteries to me that I can't see their line of thinking. Being an Eagle fan for a long time, I remember when I first really started watching, we had Jaworski. Then we had Cunningham. Cunningham's my favorite quarterback of all time. But, the big argument with Cunningham back in the day was he doesn't win a Super Bowl, can't win the Super Bowl. And then it was like the 90s, and I remember when the Cowboys had Troy Aikman, it was like, well, Aikman's a winner, he wins. And that's all we would hear. Then McNabb, same thing. And we just go through all our quarterbacks. And then you come to Hurts and you win a Super Bowl and it's like people still complain about it. I don't understand. From my point of view, you have a guy that is going to take you to a Super Bowl. Why would I want anything less? Jerry David Super Chat. Jalen Hunt or Nolan Smith starting to fit? I think you got to go with Jalen Hunt. I think Hunt right now, I do. I think you got to go Hunt. Farter. I suffer from depression. You help a little. Well, I appreciate that, man. I hope I can help. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Farter, do you think 13 wins would get you number 1 seed? Probably. Yeah, I think it'll take at least 13 wins. 1 seed, probably 13. Maybe 14, It's probably like 13 would be a tiebreaker situation. But yeah, I think probably, But we'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm going to head over to Jacob Media now. If you guys want to come hang out and check it out, you're more than welcome. I'll be over there sticking up for Hurts, sticking up for the Eagles as always. And, yeah, we should see what happens. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be over there if you guys want to come hang out. But I'm going to head out now. So with that said, peace out.
Come on, guys.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the Lamb. Trying to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You tried to feed the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking